People have this vision around what physical activity and health looks like in their community. They just don't have the capacity or the resources to carry out the vision. Ultimately, what I'm solving for is how do we find sustainable solutions as it relates to health, wellness, and physical activity in communities that have high health disparities and low physical activity engagement. The problem that the Bronx is number 62 out of 62 New York State County as it relates to health disparities, socioeconomics, education, and low physical activity engagement. And if you really, really want to dig, it's all systemic. So equity design, we're really about moving these barriers. We remove those barriers and then design the best possible program for you to sustain.
Took me a minute to figure out that parking situation, but
okay,
we got it.
That's a good year, 1975.
Hey, Mark, thank you for having us today.
No, this is great.
Yeah, this
Anything
is,
for
we're Daniel.
Maury. Is he warming up with you? Yes. Nice. So yeah, so he's gonna do everything with me today.
You know, I am not a 400-meter runner.
No, you need it over there. See, he's so modest. He's the world outdoor semifinalist in the hurdles. Oh, that's even better. Exactly, right? You can do everything. You can do everything. There you go.
Love your mindset about not just being a lifelong athlete, but now as a master's runner and all the disciplines it takes to be a successful athlete and how that translates to the work at Equity Design.
It's definitely, I use an athlete's mindset in terms of like, finish what you start, be consistent, show up, you know, be 100% present when you're tired, how to push through, how to pivot. It's definitely all sports. Everything that sports has ever taught me, I apply that to my work ethic.
Were those the same seeds that led you to create Equity Design in the first place?
I'm a why person, so like, why am I doing this workout? Why do I have 3 sets instead of 2 sets? You know, and not because you're like, in being insubordinate or questioning, you want to have a better understanding. So that's when I was like, we got to change the way we do this type of work. And so it's not so much the direct service of, hey, let's do a running program. Hey, let's do a basketball program. It was more about, hey, what are the barriers that are keeping our communities from being healthy? Then I was like, that's the work that we need to be doing.
Yeah.
So all the other stuff like the running program, the youth development program, that'll come.
Yeah.
But it's really about changing the infrastructures and spaces that currently exist. So now making way for one that our community buys into and can sustain.
I liked her when I first met her, but it's going downhill. With every minute this workout goes on, our friendship is going.
At the end of the workout, it's gonna become love, and that's the place
So we
have to get
we go
to.
friends to hate.
Right. All
to
hate,
love.
not love, hate. Hate, and then thank you. Love and gratitude.
You are a self-described bully.
I led with that, so.
Wear it with pride. I'm sure some of them are, but they're not like this. Like.
to the math problems. Do you see the math problems? And we're gonna keep doing this relay race until one team has answered all of their problems on the board. You're gonna drive your knees here, over, down. Touch and go straight back. The only person who does the drawing is who? What you think is, which one you gonna pick? Pick one. So answer what you got. What's the answer? Ooh, all right. No, hey, that's times. That's times. It's 10 times 2. Go to the back of the line, sir. And you're the mathematician, right? So then when he comes back, he's gonna give you the marker, and you're the only one who uses the marker, okay?
All right.
Where are we and what the hell are we doing here?
So we are at PS32. So PS32 is one of our Right to Run schools.
Yeah.
And it's also one of our Creating Healthy Schools and Community partners. So they came up with this outdoor learning enrichment initiative where activities takes place here. They rotate between skill sets. They rotate between cooperative and social skills. We all met and we just started to talk about what is it that we can do together. And one of the things they said was, well, we can start walking.
Yeah.
Like, let's walk as a community.
Yeah.
And then they started to notice there's a lack of opportunities for physical health.
Yeah.
There's also safety concerns about going to the park, which is right down there. And you think like, oh, well, it's right there.
Right, yeah.
But it's a 4-way crosswalk with only one stop sign.
Yeah.
So, you know, those are things that we don't think about. So we started to think like, what can we do in our community and turn this school into a fitness hub?
How unique is this in terms of this type of program in the Bronx? Like what's happening right now at this school?
So it's unique in a sense of understanding that you don't have to take away from academics to engage in
Well, we saw
wellness.
It happening in the
Yes. Yeah. You know, engage.
All at once.
Exactly. So to be able to engage in physical activity.
What's our award, Helene? We outside.
We outside.
We got the We Outside award because we outside. And then when we're in the streets doing all of that, it's positive interactions in our beautiful Bronx community and good news in the Bronx.
I bring the health and wellness part in terms of food and nutrition, in terms of climate awareness, and in terms of how do we respect the earth in order to have it there for us in the future and to be able to enjoy the outside. And so we then worked with Equity to transfer into how do we set up outdoor learning spaces. Above and beyond the play, how do we turn the streets, our schoolyard, cafeteria areas into working classrooms? We have the dignity to fail also.
Yeah.
And allow us to test something out and refine it. And I think that's another thing that we were taught, to refine what we're doing. You're not going to do it perfect the first time.
That's another space to shout out Equity, because part of how I've been able to step past any fear is because I've been given a framework and resources to set things up for success. Zendaya, you said something and Harlem said something which was totally awesome the other day. Do you remember what you said about why we should do it? Say it again. It releases stress. What's important about that?
Like if you're stressed, you can't focus on anything, but you have to do something fun that could relieve stress.
So it keeps
So you
coming.
can focus.
I'm sorry. Anything else? No, right? You kids have stress? Yes. I have stress. You got stress? Yeah, but guess what? We could turn that stress into fun and release it. And just like Colleen said, that will lead to focus in your classroom. Say good job, Zendaya.
It's hard to think it all through as a principal, right? Like you have so many different things you need to do, and you have a staff that can't do it all. So being able to have them as partners helped us to really think about, and the partners that then Equity Design has, helped us to think about this in a bigger way. There's a huge population of mental health needs within the community, and we know that exercise and our physical wellness then lends itself to us feeling better and helping our mental health as well.
I think we're all just so excited to get outside a little bit more than what it used to be. Like, even in my classroom, we could hear everybody like shouting and having a great time, and my kids are looking out the windows like, you know, I want to go out there. And now it's become less of an excitement for just recess, and now there's a different reason to go outside. There's an intention of building this, you know, space of, we're going to have a safe play, and we're going to get movement involved, and we're going to be able to just let loose. And, you know, it's great when you see some of them just doing art, or they are moving, or when we have the obstacle course. Like, it's been a lot of motivation to, okay, let's get done what we have to get done inside, because we want to be able to come outside and let all that loose. So it's been a real, like, you know, just excitement, I feel like.
So the biggest thing for me, at least from program designers, is building that connection. How can I get to see what you need and best support you? And so that way you can open up your door so I can walk in and be part of your family. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to build family and a community around movement.
To sum it up quickly, I'm the product of a lot of chances. A lot of people seeing something and taking chances on me. And as a result, I kind of want to do that in my professional life. I want to take chances on people and give people opportunities that they wouldn't necessarily have otherwise.
The underpinnings of this business is really about listening and responding. No thanks to those programs that do come in and leave a bad taste. And so when we're knocking on their door saying, hey, we've got something that's really terrific for you, it's a real gift, and it's free, and this is what we want to do. We want to build up an architecture that you can sustain on your own. It just doesn't compute. So and then once we're there, we have our foot in the door, it's still a question of winning hearts and minds.
Are you ready to hop? So the only way we can do that is if we're following directions. You think you could do that? All right, so this is what we're gonna do.
My impact, I want anybody or any community I touch bases with to be able to walk in any space, any place, and figure out how to move. There should never be a space or place where you can't figure out how to have fun, how to move, and how to connect.
Street Lab, we're a nonprofit that works with community groups around the city to activate public space. And a lot of the spaces we're doing this is on the space you see here today. Streets, so we're working with the Department of Transportation to close off streets. It's called their Open Streets Initiative. We love working in the Bronx particularly. Communities are super strong here. We work with a lot of schools where they may not have a gym space. By closing off the street, we immediately create additional space that they can use for anything, whether that's outdoor learning, recess, lunch even, all around creating an additional space that is then used by the entire community. So they're all collaborating with us on the Open Street as well. Yeah.
Wait, you're from Street Lab?
Yes, yeah, I'm Street Lab, and then Equity Design and activists, they're doing a documentary on Maurelhena, and then Diana is Bronx Health Reach, who is also a part of this.
Ensuring the sustainability of the open streets, but not just about, you know, making sure officers are there, but really having like the students in the community see officers in a different capacity. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
It was nice
Thank you.
meeting you.
Same here.
Thank you for all you
Nice to officially meet
Yes.
you. Yeah.
Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you guys very much.
Good morning. How are you? Good morning. Good morning.
Our first focus will be how to build out a wellness policy. So we will come up with a list of things because, you know, the commonalities are a lot. And that means that we want to be able to focus on one thing and how to create one guideline and then next year implement that guideline.
So the whole idea of students taking, you know, responsibility and leadership, you know, in their own health and those decisions. games and their activities, so that's perfect. So all of this is very much in alignment with exactly where we are as a community. So
I think there's this fear when you are academically struggling as a school, which we are. We're a CSI school, which means we are designated as the bottom 5% in the state. In the last couple of years, we've been given that designation, and so every pressure has been put on us to perform academically, and we are struggling. Our students are struggling academically, and so in an under-resourced community, we are, a lot of things are taken, and in my own personal life, I very much value physical health and wellness and mental health, and so I know that those things don't take away. They add on to my leadership, to my potential, to my productivity.
Something you said, and it goes back to the why behind equity design, it's that equity piece. So here we are in an under-resourced community, but our expectation is that we need to perform like a PS 75 on the Upper West Side, or a Bank Street, which is a public school, and so but we're not getting the resources. And so when I think about like, okay, so how can we get creative, but also it's, as an athlete, when I have an injury that's my hamstring, it's not directly my hamstring, it's my hip flexor. And the reason why I say that is when we're thinking about like academics, and it's like, okay, the struggle area might be ELA, but the solution might be wellness.
Here are going to lead and walk in front of Miss Faith.
Being on the outside looking in for the past 3 years that we've known each other, you just don't get a real sense, to be honest. Like, you know the work, but to see it and come to life, and also get a window into all the behind the scenes. Everyone's there for the raising the championship banner or the podium, but nobody's there for days like today, and it's the same thing. Nobody's there when you've got to have the meeting and have piles of forms and red tape to go through and coordinate all these different organizations in order to bring something that might look so simple on the outside, but it's actually very layered and complex and purposeful on the inside.
Everyone sees this finished product, but to your point, they don't see how many phone calls we have to make, or nobody understands, like, our schools want to do this work, our community want to do this work, but they just don't have the capacity. So that's really where we come in and try to cut as much red tape as possible. At the end of the day, you gotta want it. Isn't that it? It really
Isn't that the greatest analogy between being an athlete and being an advocate is you gotta want it. Because the work is hard. The work is hard, and it's grimy, and it's dirty, and it's sweaty, and it's frustrating, and it's all of those things, but you still do it because you want it.
We'll bring that in.
I love that. That like sums it up right there.
So I've known Maury now for 23 years. She was a significant part of my athletic success, and I think we spent a good 10 years maybe daydreaming, but even then I think she had an idea of how she wanted to impact the world. And honestly, she had all the answers. She really just needed another perspective to get it on.
A more direct perspective.
To get it, cut the BS. Let's just get right to it. But I think what Maury underestimated is the value she brings to people's lives. My favorite part of this journey was seeing her get from this doubtful person, this, can I really do this? Do I even deserve this? To, all right, here's the value that I'm bringing, here's what it's worth to me. And she gets recognized quite a bit now because her work is so amazing. But any opportunity to hear her give an acceptance speech and kind of talk about her journey and where she is and who she is, it makes me smile on the inside because I'm like, this person did not exist a few years ago. And so we still continue to hold each other accountable, but I think the biggest growth is that at our core, we realize who we are and what it is we have to offer.
Let me get a PS18. PS18. Let me get a hey, Principal Jordan. Hey, Principal Jordan. Let me get a hey, Major Taylor. Hey, Major Taylor. I want you to turn to the left of you and turn to the right of you and say hey.
Love. It's probably the one word that I would put together for this community. But this is the poorest congressional district in the United States. So we pour a lot of love into our families. We pour a lot of love into our children. You can't come in thinking that, these kids deserve any less. You can't come in thinking that they can't do. You can't come in with a deficit mind. You have to think these kids will be the next doctor. These kids will be the next dancer. These kids will be the next Olympian. These kids will be the next president of the United States. And so that's what our job is, to bring that out of these kids, that they can. I met Maurelhena full of energy, full of excitement, in talking about what we wanted to improve health and wellness within our community. And so I spoke to her in equity design and told them that was my vision. She brought that vision to life. Equity design has been so impactful in the physical wellness and social emotional wellness of our children. I heard a child say today, when she learned how to ride a bike for the first time, she said she felt like she was riding on water.
At what point did the idea of dreaming, get lost? At what point did we stop that as adults? Did we stop saying like, yo, I have a dream too? Dreams aren't just for kids. We're still, as long as you're here on this earth, you should dream. And so I think it's the thought of, or the trauma behind, well, I gave somebody my dream, it didn't work out. This is where I am today, so I'm not buying your bullshit. Changing people's attitudes, behaviors, motivating them, that is the core of what we really do. Convincing people that we can change and do this together. I deeply care. Sometimes it can be a superpower and sometimes it can be kryptonite. But I care. And I want to be able to see it through. And I know I have this superpower that I want to share and just really, really figure out how do I put all of my superpowers together and share them and create the next wave of community influencers and the next wave of healthy and active communities.
Safety Steve knows best.
It is really helping us to get better, and we're gonna get off that list. Hashtag
Yeah,
62.
62.
No, thank you. Should we do the dance?
Yes.
Should we do the dance?
Sure.
Okay. So we push each other.
a lot.
But not like actually, because you know
No,
it's
not
safety.
physical.
No, so that's how it started. Because we both have
No,
strong
no, we are HR.
personalities. But when I'm like, Helene, I need you to push me, so she does. But then I'm like, nah, girl, no, you gotta move back.
We're
But
doing
then
it this
she's
way,
like, wait,
Hannah.
all right, okay.
Hannah.
But I'm like, nah, Helene, nah, we're doing it like that, and then we hug, yo. All right, bye. I gotta go to
Bye.
class.
Thank
Jesus
you
help
so
me.
much.
Thank you.
Get on camera. Let me hit record.